This is part A of the cool mist station. These are the top rails. This is part B of the cool mist station, the post assemblies. This will be part C of the cool mist station. The cross braces, there are 12 of these. This will be part D of the cool mist station. The solar panel assembly. This is part E of the cool mist station, the cooler. This is part F of the cool mist station, battery and battery box. This is part G of the cool mist station, the control panel. This is part H of the cool mist station, the water tank assembly. This is part I of the cool mist station, the water cooler holder assembly. This is part J of the cool mist station. These are rigid caster assemblies. This is part K of the cool mist station. These are the swivel caster assemblies. This is part L of the cool mist station. This is the shade top. This is part M of the cool mist station. These are the misters. This is part N of the cool mist station. These are the tie down lanyards. This is part O of the cool mist station. These are the clip pins. This is the tool free assembly of the cool mist station. We're going to start off connecting the top rail to the post. On the back left side we have the tank assembly post, which is part A, connecting into part B, the tank assembly post, which is identified with the 3 holes in it. Simply slides in, and you'll notice there's a clip pin hole which he's about to put through. Notice your top rails on the inside. We have the hinge pins on the inside of the post, again tool-free design. And the other side of the structure's cooler post, which is identified with 2 holes, put in the exact same way. We're picking up the portion that we put together earlier. We're about to assemble one side of the structure. Notice how he's picking up the top rail part A and sliding it again into the receiver slot. Picking up the other part A, we're about to slide it into the slot up here at the top. Simply just slides in. So to this point we have 3 of those part A's put up, the top rails going into 2 of the posts. You can see it's kind of leaning over on its side. This is the back of the structure. Chucky's actually putting in the top rail part A going into part B, the back post. Again, it's a tool-free slip-in design. Notice that we're clipping it together with a clip pin. This is the back side of the structure again, other side, opposite. Again, tool-free design, just slides in. Notice that we're clipping it together with a clip pin. Last part of the top rail right now. Notice the hinge pins are to the inside. We're going to do the connection points at the post. You get part A going into part B. It goes all the way down, and we put a clip pin in. Make sure your structure is square. This will help you actually line up this top rail. Simply slide straight into the receiver. We'll put a clip pin on it, and you're done with this part of the process. This is a steel frame structure erected. Notice we've got the part B posts standing up, all 4 of them, and all of your part A top rails all in place. Now we're putting on part C. These are the cross braces. You'll start at the top. There's 4 of these going on the top. They simply slide over the hinge pin, and the hinge pin is flipped down. This is part C, the cross brace for the sides. Again, just flip it over the hole, throw the pin over. This is the assembly of the cross brace. This is one completed corner. Notice you have 3 cross braces in each corner, all part C. Notice he wraps it around and takes the back side of it and just puts it over the ball portion of the ball bungee. All right. Now we're going to finish up doing the top, which is part L. Notice we're going to wrap the top. We're going to wrap these ball bungees 2 times around the top bar. It's a bird's eye view of actually installing it. We're taking that ball bungee cord, wrapping it around the post twice, and putting it over the ball bungee. Again, this is part L of the shade structure. All tool-free design. This is the cool mist station assembled with the top on, which is part L. So we have parts A, part B, part C, and part L assembled. This is part G of the cool mist station. We're about to put it onto the post, which is part A. Notice he'll pick up the post. We'll slide it into the sleeve on the back side. Yeah. We'll just slide it up the post once it's in. And then we'll put a clip pin in it. and that secures it where it's supposed to be.
Tank.
We are now putting the tank, which is part H, onto the post. Again, it's going to slide up the post itself when he picks it up. We'll get the post in the slot, slide the tank up, and put the clip pin in place. Tank and the control panel on the post portion. This is the cooler portion of the Cool Mist station, part E. We'll pick up the post and do the exact same procedure we did on the last portion of it. We pick this post up, slide the cooler portion up the post, and place a clip pin. This is part M of the Cool Mist station, taking the end of the misters and threading them through over the ball bungee and down the side of the tank post, which is post B. We'll be taking some ball bungees and wrapping them around. We'll actually go around 2 portions of the post. Just do a quick wrap on it, basically, is what we're gonna do. Notice he goes over the top of the top rail, brings the ball bungee down, and just puts the elastic over the top of the ball bungee. Notice the misters are right next to the ball bungee. You might need to redirect those misters a little bit and make sure they're aiming straight down. Your ball bungee, again, goes over both rails. You've got the elastic, goes straight over the ball portion of the ball bungee. Simple process. You'll do this for the entire perimeter of the shade structure and just string the misters all the way around the structure itself. Put the battery back into the battery box. It's part F of the shade structure, and just place it on the battery stand on the back side of the tank. On the control panel itself, there's a small package of wiring that's off of it. You'll notice you have a blue line and a red line. Basically what you want to do is hook the red side up to the positive terminal on the battery and the blue side up to the negative terminal on the battery. The positive terminal is marked with red, as you can see, and then the blue side of the terminal, or the negative side of the terminal, is marked with black. Basically unscrew the bolt, put the wire lead onto the bolt, and put the nut back on the back side. What I'll do now is take a couple Y connections. You'll take 2 independent Y connections and marry them together. And you'll take the 2 leads coming off of the M section, the misters, and basically hook them straight up to those 2 Y connections. You'll have 1 extra or open connection on this. That's actually where the water is going to go around to the spray wand. Part of the tank assembly, this is actually spray down wand. It literally clips to the tank itself. Just snap it on. You'll bring the hose around to the back side, and that 1 left open nozzle on the back, you just screw it onto that portion of the Y connector. Make sure you get it tight so the water doesn't leak. This is the hardest part of the installation. You have to put a water tank on the water cooler assembly holder, and you really have to press down to get this in there. It's a very, very tough process. This is portion K of the wheel assembly. Basically, we're going to pick up the post, we'll slide it down, place a clip pin in the hole. Again, swivel wheel assembly, part J. Just line it up with the post and let it slide straight down over the structure. This is part D. Basically, we're going to slide the solar panel straight down in the top of the tube. There's a lead wire that runs off of the solar panel, which he's about to thread straight down the receiver of the top rail. There's an opening up there, and you can bring it right down the post. There's a set screw up there that you can tighten down with your fingers, and that'll keep the solar panel from vibrating out. Once you've brought that lead wire down, you'll notice there's a 2-prong connection. Basically what you're going to do is snap it together. That's the solar panel connected into the solar controller. Make sure that you pull the water line and put it into the tank assembly itself, and basically you're just going to take that piece of tubing and push it over the portion of the pickup tube. On the bottom of the pump there's a small toggle switch. It's got an on and off button on it, and basically what you do is flip it on and you're good to go. This is the control box. Notice inside of it we've got a trickle charger, and we have a solar panel controller. This is the solar panel controller. There's a small light on it that tells you if it's charging. It's right here. You can see it's like an amber light. And then the solar trickle, or actually the trickle or battery trickle charger is right here. You've got a lead coming off of it. If you wanted to plug it in, you could. That's inside of the box itself. Notice the valve setup on the Y assemblies. These control your mister flow to the perimeter of the structure. You've got two mister systems for the structure itself. You can actually turn them on and turn them off. If you've got wind coming from one side of the structure and you don't want the mist blowing out into the field, you can literally turn one side of it off.